Hello, everybody, and thank you for downloading episode 69 of We Got This with Mark and Hal. Quick reminder, if you love the show, please share it with the people you love and the people you like and the people you don't like, because you argue with them, don't you? And that's what we settle here. We settle arguments, we make enemies friends, and we make friends into enemies. So don't forget to share. Just share bit.ly/share WGT. That's all it takes. Even if they're on their mobile phone, they can click, subscribe, and listen, all with one thumb. We live in a truly incredible age. And now, without any further ado, enjoy episode 69 of We Got This with Mark and Hal. Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Mark Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all, best day of the week.
That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcast should have a theme song. Podcast should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it. You know what? You're right. We got this.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's up, Hal? How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. It's always nice to hear your voice.
And yours. It's such a cheery day today.
It is.
I was just telling Hal, listeners, that Brooklyn Pride is going on outside of my apartment right now on 5th Avenue in Brooklyn. And it is a heck of a good time. I love a street fair. There are mazzarepas everywhere. If you've never had one, have one. They're wonderful.
That is the worst name for a food. I mean, in today's climate. I know mazzarepa means something different, but I just keep thinking of that Stanford swimmer, and it makes me very mad. But we don't talk about the heavy issues on We Got This, Mark.
No, we talk about the important stuff.
Yeah, like days of the week.
That's right. We are here today to talk about and determine once and for all what is the best day of the week.
This was submitted by Joey Webb via email, and I want to say Joey's got a name that it would be very hard for us to mispronounce, but I've noticed, at least in email, that when people submit an idea, they've started putting the pronunciation of their names, because I guess we're getting so many, like, that is a running theme, is we don't know how to pronounce anyone's name at any given time.
Listen, Hale, I don't know. All right, well, I apologize then for saying names wrong, and thank you for sending pronunciations. Wasn't it like Car Talk used to do that? They'd say, when you call in, give us the pronunciation of your name phonetically.
Yes, and that's a smart way to do it. And I feel guilt whenever I say somebody's name wrong, because the running joke of my life that is now carried over through Thrilling Adventure Hour panels and stuff is that nobody can spell my name correctly or say my name correctly, first or last. So
wait a minute.
Yes.
First or last?
Oh, Mark.
I understand Hal Lublin, like Lublin, Lubin.
Yep.
Sometimes you can't see an L when it's right next to a B like that.
Sure.
But Hal? Who gets Hal wrong?
Well, after a Night Vale show one time, I had done a meet and greet. All of us had gone out to sign and say hello to the fans, and somebody on Tumblr had posted about the experience and said, I got to meet How, Howe, Loveland, and then a picture, but the picture was of Joseph Fink, the creator of Welcome to Night Vale and co-writer. So he sent it to me going, I think, I think he sent it to me. I don't even know I think it was submitted without comment. It pretty much speaks for itself, but that is the ongoing struggle. If I somehow got to the point where I won a major award for performance, I'm sure it would be either mispronounced by the presenter or misspelled on the lower third when they listed my name, which makes
you're the new Adela Dazeem.
Yes, I am. Oh my God. I'm Adele Dazeem.
Hey, you know what?
What?
Let's let it go and get to the topic at hand.
Okay, Joey Webb.
Good night, everyone.
And then he ascends to the rafters.
That's right. Also, there's a ladybug climbing up this mic stand right now.
What?
I'm not kidding. There's somehow a ladybug gotten here and is crawling up my mic stand, but at such a slow pace that this ladybug might be really, really stoned. I'm fine with her just kind of chilling on the mic stand. If she gets close to the mic, I, like all people, assume ladybugs are female erroneously. Mm-hmm. He or she. if it becomes a problem, I may have to stop recording, get a cup, sort of like scoop or blow her into it. And then, once you're outside, you're on your own. I'm not helping you anymore.
Take all that care to preserve an insect and put it outside, and then it immediately gets zapped by like a light bulb or eaten by a frog.
We have frogs in New York now?
Oh, you haven't heard about the frog problem that's happening all over Brooklyn? They're everywhere.
Oh no, which one was this? Is this the first plague?
For Brooklyn, it's not, but so in a lot of other cities it might be.
What would be the 7 biblical plagues of Brooklyn?
Skinny jeans.
Well, that's already happened.
Yeah.
So the skinny jeans constrict everyone. All the records get scratches on them.
Yep. Everybody has to get that haircut where one side of your head is shaved and then the other side is plastered down like you've been running a marathon.
Exactly. And then also then it changes colors. That's another one of the plagues, but just on the tips.
Yes.
Like, oh God, this haircut appeared yesterday and now the tips of it are green. Oh no, I can't drink Folgers anymore. That's the next plague.
Everybody's eyes are replaced by a series of goggles.
Look, this is sad. I'm in Brooklyn right now. I love Brooklyn, and I don't want any of this to happen.
Just wait for the death of the firstborn craft beer. You're going to be really upset.
Let's talk days of the week, Hal.
Let's do it.
We're recording this on a Saturday.
Yes, this is a Saturday. I feel like a lot of people are going to immediately assume Saturday is the best day of the week because traditionally in our minds, that's the day when there's the week is behind us. We still have more weekend in front of us. That people feel that is the freest day, but I don't know that that's necessarily the case. Do you agree with that sense that people love Saturday?
I do. I've looked online and in assorted polls, Saturday ranks very high. Mm-hmm. Friday seems to be at least in the poll taking world online. And I found some from, College Times and, assorted other websites that have taken this poll. Yahoo Answers did this.
Okay.
And Friday seems to be the one that most people, consider their favorite. Because Friday gives the promise of a weekend. And I guess people just coast through Fridays anyway. I have always been a guy who worked, very strange days and times because of the job and the requirements of the job that you and I share.
Right.
That said, I did attend school for 16 years and do understand a Monday to Friday week. You're a Monday to Friday guy.
Yes. I still have a Monday through Friday job, so I keep regular hours. And within that, it certainly the weekends are my favorite times. Mm-hmm. Just because, hey, there's no work, you can do whatever. They're days of possibility. But I do like the week. Like the weekdays are great. There are you reach markers within a Monday through Friday week. That
yes, you do.
I think are more strongly attached to you emotionally than you think they are.
Explain.
Well, I think Monday has a certain feeling to it. So if you love what you do, you're so excited for Monday because you get to go back and do your job. Conversely, if you're not happy with your job or you don't like school or whatever it is, then you feel this sense of dread. So I think Monday elicits some of the strongest emotional reactions out of people.
Yes. And I think that has to do with whether or not you have a job or a career. As Chris Rock so eloquently put it, if you've got a career, you love a Monday. If you have a job, you hate a Monday. And the difference between a career and a job is just perception most of the time.
Absolutely.
So, Monday, I tend to, do you want to go day by day? I was going to ask this. Do you want to go pros and cons day by day, or do you want to go, let's go pros and cons day by day? Cause
I think so too.
Couldn't even finish that sentence with an alternative.
Yeah, exactly. There's no other way to do it because you can't imagine the days out of order. They all, and it's so random. Like I don't want to get too high level here because, we are a podcast that regularly talks about what kind of ice you should put in your drink. But it's the idea that these days have any meaning at all is really so random Somebody like the Romans decided, I think it was the Romans had like specific days, like the days as we know them now, I think are based off of the Roman calendar. That's pretty much how we operate. But it really is generally, outside of the fact the sun goes up, sun goes down, doesn't like, the days are really arbitrary when you think about it.
Yeah. I don't think that, biblically, when God said, keep holy the Sabbath, by the way, this is the Sabbath, tomorrow will be a multiple of 7 away from that day. Things have gotten probably screwy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, time, like, honestly, in doing research for this, I can't believe I didn't think to do it. I did not do a history of time. Though, if you would like a brief history of time, read Stephen Hawking's book. If you would like a briefer history of time, there's a great documentary on Netflix. It's a series, that is how all different things are interconnected that I cannot remember. They did an episode on time. Let me Google that for you, or just Google it yourself.
Just go Google it yourself. We can't do all of the research for you.
Yeah. Shout out to Let Me Google That For You, a website that I just discovered this week.
You just discovered that?
I did.
Oh my goodness.
Like, it's the most, like, I'm not a passive aggressive guy, Hal. I don't need a passive aggressive website.
Well, I am. Let me explain to everybody what it is. Let Me Google That For You is a site where people constantly, we have so much information at our fingertips now, but we still feel the need to ask people next to us some obscure question in the hopes of either connecting with them or that they'll know. We don't feel like typing it out. So let me Google that for you. So if Mark were to ask me, hey, when was the Holy Roman Empire founded? Then I would go to Let Me Google That For You. I would enter it into their search box. It would give me a link that I send to him that I go, hey, here's the answer. And then he clicks on it and it opens up a site that looks like Google and it shows the question being typed out. And then it says, was that so hard?
It's so passive aggressive.
It is.
Because you're letting it do the aggression for you. By the way, because you asked that, now I want to see if I can guess how close I am if I guess it. And I'm going to Google it. I'm going to guess the year 318 AD. The Holy Roman Empire was founded.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to guess 630 because I guess I'm wrong. And there are people who are actual historians that may listen to the show who are going bananas right now.
Oh, wow. Wow, I was way, way, way off, and you were way, way, way closer.
The answer is?
The answer is 962.
All right, everybody, there you go.
962? Charlemagne was way before that, wasn't he? Oh, I don't understand things. All right, let's delete this whole part of it.
Nope. Okay. Mondays. Let's talk about the pros of Mondays, okay?
Yes, please.
I think I like the song Monday, Monday a lot by the Mamas and the Papas.
Yes. Just Another Manic Monday, another great song.
Yeah. There's also like the Monday always, to me, Monday is the start of the week. I know people shift their weeks around, but I think for most people, the week starts on Monday and ends on Sunday. So there is something to a week of possibilities are open to you, whether you, what?
You are correct. And that brings up, that it is the best day of the week, to self-motivate, like quitting smoking or a diet. It is, 25% more popular than any other day to, begin those things.
Okay.
And people are, according to a Tesco poll of women trying to slim down, women are much more motivated to continue a diet if they start it on the beginning of a week.
Sure. That's like the most famous phrase. Like one of those famous catchphrases is diet starts Monday.
Yeah. And I have said that nearly every weekend.
and so have I. But that's what makes it like, that's sort of what makes it a great day. It makes the weekend even better because then the weekend becomes, all right, well, if I'm not going to smoke anymore starting Monday, this weekend, I'm going to just put entire packs of cigarettes into my mouth and light them all at once.
Pack and all. I'm going to leave the pack wrapped around it so that they all stay together so I can fit it in there.
I'm just going to throw cartons of cigarettes on top of one another, start a fire, and breathe over it for 48 straight hours. I have to tell you very quickly, there is a show that is on Hulu that is about the Australian immigration control, like the people who, when you travel and come through and if there's something you claimed incorrectly on your flight or your papers aren't correct, they're the ones that sort of investigate and find out what's going on.
Bureaucratic paperwork, the show?
Yes. But it's always like, I guess the tax on cigarettes in Australia is incredibly high. So people will go to China or other countries and they will get cartons and cartons of cigarettes and then bring them to Australia and sell them. So on this show, it's almost every episode is like, all right, we've got this couple from China. They're coming back from a vacation, and we did have something suspicious in their suitcase. Suitcase is taped up. They opened the suitcase. One time it was like they got all these birthday gifts in here, so we're gonna take a look. We do have to open them because we are suspicious. And while they open up all the gifts and it's just cartons and cartons of cigarettes. You're only allowed to bring 50 cigarettes back with you. They brought like an entire tobacconist with them.
And he didn't even get his own seat on the plane.
Did not get his own seat. No, he was just wrapped up like a birthday gift. Yeah. But yeah, they had all these cigarettes that had to be destroyed, and that is a running theme on that show.
Is destroying cigarettes?
I wish I knew the name. It's cigarettes, and somebody's trying to smuggle cocaine in through a suitcase. It's insane.
So listeners, welcome to Hal and Mark describe shows that they can't remember the titles of that you should probably check out.
AKA My Grandmother, the show.
But getting back to Monday, and the notion of the diet starts on Monday, I have always sort of put that in a grander scheme, and I won't even use just the week. I will use the month and sometimes the year. If I want to make if I'm going to start a diet, I'm like, I'm going to start the diet on the 1st. And then like June 2nd rolls around. I'm like, well, I blew that. I'm going to start a diet July 1st. And sometimes with big things, I will do it on like my birthday or New Year's. Be like, this is my resolution. And then I don't do it. And then I'm like, well, okay, I got a birthday in 4.5 months. I'll do it then. And then I got, it'll be New Year's again in 8 months. Let's just do it then, which is a terrible way of motivating yourself to do things, to tie your life so closely to the Gregorian calendar.
So then is that a drawback of Monday? So the same thing that makes it positive also makes it a negative thing in that if you don't get it done on Monday, it's not happening at all. So you're putting an intense pressure on this day. And then when the day doesn't come through, which it often doesn't, which is the fault of us as people, then you just go like, oh, but Monday was so tough.
You just said that though. It's the fault of us as people. That's not Monday's fault. Monday was there for you. Monday was like ready with a Nicorette patch and a kale bar. Like it wanted you. Is that a thing? A kale bar? I don't know.
If it should be, let's start the Kickstarter right now.
Let's do it. Kale bars served in a Gagliardi's own coffee filter.
Yeah. Available everywhere in Brooklyn right now.
All right. So here are a few other things about Mondays. Monday is the best day to buy a new car.
Okay.
Monday is the best, and having worked in theme parks for a long time, I know this one to be true. Monday's the best day to go to a theme park.
Really?
Yes, it is. Of course, everybody thinks that, everybody is gone on the weekend. And then, Monday and Tuesday are the best days in my experience. According to this site, it's Monday.
Okay.
But Monday and Tuesdays are the best days to go to a theme park because everybody's back at work. Let's see. What else was big Monday? Oh, Monday is the best day of the week for online shopping. Monday is the best day of the week to find bargains in Paris. And this is a cool one. It is the best day of the week to search for jobs.
Listen to me. If we make a decision on best day based on when they're having deals in Paris, I will get a series of hats and eat them.
All right. I was just trying to give you as many positive Monday things as I could.
Okay. Well, then let's talk about some negatives.
All right. The negatives of Mondays. It's the most popular day for suicides.
Oh, jeez. Well,
it's the most popular day for heart attacks.
Okay. And why is that? Let's step back. The reason why there are so many heart attacks is because there's a ton of stress because people are going back to work. And
correct.
If you have loose ends from a Friday and you take your work home with you, you take that stress home with you, it's only going to build over the weekend. And then you have to confront it. Like, I'd say the first half of a Monday is generally the most stressful part of the work week.
Yeah. And it's also ramping back into it from no doubt a weekend of serious drinking. Right, Hal? High five.
Yeah. High five, brother.
So yeah, those are and also Monday, the big downside of Monday is the weekend's over. Everybody back to work.
Yes. Including Garfield, who hates Mondays, even though he has no job and every day is the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you hate Mondays, Garfield?
Yeah.
John Arbuckle is back out of the house. You have the house to yourself after 2 days of him being home.
He's not
weirding.
He's not out of the house. He works from the home. He's a cartoonist.
I guess that's true.
He doesn't go anywhere. Like, Garfield's life is the same every single friggin' day of the week. So he could be saying that, I want to see like the reverse angle. I know we have Garfield minus Garfield. I want to see the reverse angle on Garfield where he's like, I sure do hate Mondays. And then you see a wider view of the room where there's a calendar that clearly marks down that it's Wednesday. And he's just a real stupid cat who just, I'm not happy today. It's a Monday.
Mondays are dumb.
Mondays sure are stupid.
Garfield, let's take a look at the wall. Now, here, eat this lasagna and kick Odie off a table. He really did have a pretty simple life. I don't know why I'm saying did. Did he die? No, he didn't die. He's Garfield. He's alive. He'll be alive forever.
Garfield
with a blanket over his head sleeping in weirdly his litter box, I'm guessing. Like, what cat sleeps in a box? Come on.
That's true. That could be his litter box. Oh.
He may just be sleeping in his own dookie.
He's just a mess of fat orange fur, sleeping in his own crap, and thinking every day is a Monday that he doesn't like.
Ugh, that's why you didn't win. Next day.
He's kind of like Donald Trump's hair if it was an animal. But
he's kind of like Donald Trump's skin.
He's sort of the same color.
Bright orange.
Whenever Odie comes in, he goes, get him out of here! Get him out of here! Now, I will say though, like as much as there is positive about Monday, there is that thing of the whole week is ahead of you. And now you've started the week, and when you have a busy week, Monday is, the longest day because there's still so much ahead. And no matter how much headway you make, you've still got 4 more of these left to go.
Yeah, and that's again, that goes back to do you want a career or a job, or do you have a career or a job?
Yeah. All right. So that's Monday. Is there anything for or against Monday that we need to cover?
One more thing for Monday.
Go ahead.
The success rate of surgery on Monday is higher than any other day.
Oh, because the doctors are focused and they haven't had an entire week of work ahead of them.
Exactly.
Oh, good. In general, when I've had to have procedures, they were on Thursdays. And I'm sure any future procedures I have will also be on Thursdays.
Oh, good. Which is the worst day for that, by the way.
Yeah. I just don't put Garfield on my headstone. So let's talk about Tuesdays.
I'm putting Garfield. Oh, Hal, don't talk about your impending very soon death. Oh, by the way, did I mention I talked to that one gypsy lady? Sorry. Unrelated. We'll talk about that later. I should probably not have said that while the mic was recording.
That's okay. I don't understand anything you've ever said.
That's fair. Tuesdays. All right. I love Tuesdays. I'm a big fan of Tuesday. Tuesday is the most productive day of the week.
Okay.
Because everybody is back. They have shaken the weekend off. They're back to work, and I feel like Monday is that point when, like a train, like the steam just starts blowing out of it and the whistles go in and it just starts to chug out of the, sorry, I've been watching a lot of, Foley artist demos. That the train just chugs out of this. Like, that's Monday. Mm-hmm. Tuesday, it's going full speed.
Okay. Yeah. When I think of Tuesday, I'm sitting here going like, it's fine. It's a day of the week.
Yeah.
I've had some pretty decent Tuesdays in the past 6 months. Like when I think back to, good stuff that has happened, it's actually happened on Tuesdays, and I don't know why that sticks out in my head. But I also, to me, it's sort of, I get that we're in the full swing of the week, but it just sort of is stuck in the middle. I will say it is a good, and I don't know if you have this in your list, but it is generally the day that airline tickets are the cheapest, assuming you're far enough out. So that is a good day to look for travel deals.
Ah, see, a lot of these are deal based, which I think is great.
Yeah. Oh, especially in Paris. You wouldn't believe the travel deals you can get on the streets of Paris.
So everybody go to Paris. Here's another great thing for Tuesday that I found though, Hal.
Please.
According to, this website, savingmoney.thefuntimesguide.com.
Okay.
Tuesday is the best day to post a podcast.
Ah.
So we post our podcast every Tuesday. So it works.
We do.
We're doing it correctly. I know.
It's perfect.
Yeah. So that's a good one.
It's also the day produce arrives at grocery stores, if I'm not mistaken. At least out here it is.
Yeah, it is. And I think that is pretty universal.
So it's a good day for
because that was another one. That was another one that I found, unless this was a California-based website. There is the song Till Tuesday.
Tuesday's gone.
Yeah, there's Ruby Tuesday, the restaurant chain. Wonderful.
And the song.
Yeah. Tuesday Weld.
Wait, Ruby Tuesday is not great.
Yeah, it is. It's from Knoxville. Don't you start with me.
Look, all I'm going to say is that
I've said that some Philly things were great that I did not believe.
It's time for the hoagie has come home to roost. So listen.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
There is a general pecking order for restaurants that put old-timey crap on the wall at one point.
Number one is Cracker Barrel.
No, Cracker Barrel is like the Guy Fieri of restaurants.
Whoa.
It's gross.
Wait, Guy Fieri is the Guy Fieri of restaurants.
That's true. His restaurant. You
can't use an example from within an industry and then say that something is the blank of the exact same industry that it is in.
It's the Burger King of McDonald's.
Now there's blood coming out of my ears because my brain blew up.
Cracker Barrel is like its own. It's in its own world. It's not in that world of like TGI Fridays, Ruby Tuesdays, Hula Hands. Like those are sort of the major ones that stick out of my head. Bennigan's. Yes.
Sure. My dad calls those fern bars. I don't know if that's a generational thing, but I like calling them that.
Fern.
Just bars that like, dress a place up a little. Hey, put a fern in the corner. Like that's what my dad calls those places.
I can't believe your dad is the only member of your immediate family I've yet to meet.
It's insane. We'll meet him one day. Probably he will have on Crocs and he'll be, fishing. Cause that's kind of his favorite thing in the world to do.
Perfect. Sounds
Not
great.
the fishing part, the wearing Crocs. He'll do anything and wear Crocs.
Oh, great.
All right. So that's Tuesday. It's very exciting. It's one of the days of the week.
Yeah.
You're the most productive. Shall we move on to Wednesday?
Let's do it.
Wednesday has a few good things going for it, but generally for a 9-to-5er, Wednesday sucks.
Okay.
It's the middle of the week, and this is from polls that I've read. Mm-hmm. It's the middle of the week, and you aren't even remembering your good weekend anymore, and you're not close enough to your good weekend ahead of you to be thinking about it. You're just working.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to that. There is also the feeling of like, I mean, it's hump day, and I think the reason for that is not only that it's in the middle of the week, but you travel as if you are walking up and down a hill or a camel's hump, where it feels like a fight the first half of the day, and then the end of the day you realize, oh, I'm getting towards the end of the week. I've gotten a lot done Monday, Tuesday, and today, so I've really set myself up for the next 2 days. And that way, it's kind of a utility day. Can do anything. It's difficult and easy at the same time.
Which makes it, I guess those reasons would lead it to also being the best day to ask for a raise.
Really?
Yep. 7 out of 10. This is, Office Angels, I guess, is a website that does, polling, I assume, based on this, found that 7 out of 10 bosses are more receptive to requests for raises on Wednesday than any other day.
Can I also say Office Angels sounds like a charity that benefits staplers? In the eyes of the angel. Hello, I'm Sarah McLachlan. For just 2 cents a day, you can save a stapler that's been about any office. I'm trying to think of more words to say with a Canadian accent. These sorry staplers.
Oh my God, Sarah McLachlan's Canadian?
Yes. Oh my God.
Whoa.
You've not seen those. That's because as soon as the sad dog commercial comes on, we're all trained to, like Pavlov's dog, change the channel immediately.
Oh, I know. It's so bad, but we all do it. Like, you've got to do it before you get to the really, really rough ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they put some rough looking pets in those commercials, and, I'm like, oh God, change the channel quickly before it gets to that shot. We're terrible humans.
If you mute the television, it's almost a commercial for mange. So, just fun different ways we can consume media, people.
Here's a positive for Wednesday. Tiredness from the beginning half of the week and less going out and staying up late and partying and drinking, is the reason that Wednesday is the night that most people get their best night's sleep of the week.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
So Wednesday night, if you like your snooze time, if you like your, wrap me in pillows and cover me in a canopy, girl, that is Wednesday night is your night.
Did you say wrap me in pillows and cover me with a canopy? Is that a thing?
It is now. I just made it up. Let's talk about Thursdays.
You know what? Before we do, we're halfway through the week, which means we're halfway through the show.
Hump day! Oh man, I promised myself I wouldn't go hump day, and I just did.
Too late. It's time for a quick happy hour, where we can peruse and consume some of the other fine podcasts available on the Max Fun Network. Enjoy.
We're doing a 1 hour commercial break?
Yeah.
Hey, James.
Hey, Neke.
Where are we right now?
You're in the minority corner. Haven't you been here before?
You know what? I think I have.
Because you're a woman.
And you're a gay man.
And
we're both black.
And now that we're here in the minority corner, what should we talk about?
How about race, gender, and sexuality?
Ooh, and we can gossip about celebrities, and I can quiz you on pop culture.
Ooh, and we can have guests.
We're gonna learn, laugh, and play.
You know, that sounds a lot like Blue's Clues.
Only it's more black, gay,
and ladylike.
Minority Corner with the K.
Check us out.
Because the C was taken.
Hey guys, this is Adam Conover. You may know me from my True TV show, Adam Ruins Everything. Well, guess what? Now we're doing a podcast version right here on Maximum Fun. What we do is we take all the interesting, fascinating experts that we talk to for just a couple minutes on the show, and we sit with them for an entire podcast, really going deep and getting into the fascinating details of their work. Find Adam Ruins Everything wherever you get your podcasts or at MaximumFun.org.
All right, that was shorter than 1 hour.
Well, I still have this cocktail. No, I'm not drinking in this episode.
You can't.
Only every once in a while. I can't. You're right. I can't prove that I'm not.
You're just taking it intravenously today.
Oh yeah. It sucks that I have to walk around with this like metal rod on wheels that's got this bag on it, but that bag is full of Grand Marnier.
Yeah, that's the Brooklyn way. Now, Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
When I think of Thursdays, the thing that I think of most of all is NBC's must-see TV. I think of Thursday night television.
Yeah, Thursday night has the best TV.
But that's almost speaking against the day. If the only thing I can think of the day is what happens for 2 hours in the evening, probably not that great a day. I mean, it's sort of the day. It's the day that should. It's the day that probably feels either like Wednesday or like Friday.
Wait, say that again? Thursday is the day that feels most like Wednesday or Friday?
Yeah, like you're sitting there Thursday and you go, oh, I thought it was Friday. Damn it.
Oh, that you mean
or you go, oh, I thought it was Wednesday, but it's Thursday. That means tomorrow is Friday. The day is all about the day that came before or the day that comes after.
Yeah. It's the yardstick of days.
Yeah, but you have some interesting information about Thursday. Isn't that right, Mark?
I do, Hal. Researchers at the London School of Economics found that the buildup of the stress chemical cortisol over the week peaks on a Thursday. Now combine that with there being great television on to cuddle up on a couch to, and knowing that cortisol stimulates sex hormones, Thursday is lovemaking night. So while the work day Thursday may not be great, Thursday evening is the time to turn on some smooth jams, turn the lights down low. If you got a string of Christmas lights hanging up somewhere, turn like the overhead light off and do the Christmas lights on.
You mean
or
if
the candle.
If you're in college?
Yeah.
Your room has Christmas lights hanging in it?
Look, my Christmas lights that I have on now are because I still have a Christmas tree up. Yeah. Yeah. Make sure if you have Christmas lights, turn them on, and also make sure the ornaments look good and the star on the top is nice, and also make sure your stocking is hung by the chimney with care. Because Santa's coming to make sweet love to you.
I have two thoughts about this, what you've just told me. This is new information. Mm-hmm. One is, I wish there had been a Barry White song called Thursdays Are for Making Love. Oh, baby, it's Thursday night. Lay down, baby.
Seinfeld is over.
Baby, it's Thursday night. Oh, yeah. Two is, I never thought that Family Ties was really an aphrodisiac, but maybe I was too young. I just can't imagine hey, Steve and Elise seem really close to one another. What do you say we?
You want a yada, yada, yada?
Yeah, everybody has a different code word based on the show that they watch.
Yeah, if you watched Laverne and Shirley, it was Ododi Oto.
Yeah, if you watched Mad About You, it's Let's Go Walk Murray the Dog. That one was awkward. Okay, so Thursday is sex day.
If you were Cliff Huxtable, nope, stopping there.
Yep, good idea. And if it's Friends, could we be having any more sex? Now.
All right. This ladybug has moved all of 3 millimeters.
What is the ladybug update? How close is it to the mic? Are we near a situation where you're going to have to
the
ladybug?
The ladybug was, I would say, less than 2 centimeters from the mic when we started. And the ladybug is now about 1 centimeter from the mic.
Well, it's a race against time to finish.
It really is.
But to me, Thursday's another day that for me, I would toss out. The sex part is great. That's certainly interesting information, but again, it's a day that's bookended by 2 more significant days.
Yes.
So I don't think there's not much more to say about it, is there? I mean, it's surgery day for me, apparently, historically.
First of all, I don't like that you have a historic surgery day.
They're not major procedures, but as you get older, you have to have things checked out and looked at, and sometimes that is a little bit more involved a procedure.
Lifted up, moved out of the way.
Injected.
Yeah. Scoped.
Yeah, look, I'm having a lot of pec work done right now. It's a very slow process. So when you see me in person, don't judge. But yeah.
All of the verbs that we just used are either common in a hospital or terrible in a cookbook.
Yeah. So generally, I think that certain, if you're seeing a specialist, that they block out specific days. So for my doctor who's performed, my procedures, it's always been, well, we're going to book you for a Thursday because that's when we do it. It's either Thursdays or Tuesdays. So, that is what that is. But,
yes.
What else?
But we have
Thursday?
That we can now talk about the next day, which is good.
TGIF, y'all.
I mean, this is going to be tough to beat. Friday is, you're still working. You've got the sense of accomplishment of a day of work done.
Yep.
a week of work done.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you can stay out. You can stay up late. You don't have to work the next day. There is a phrase that they named a restaurant after. Friday is so good.
Yep.
To be fair, that is just marketing to get you to that place where you are staying up too late.
That's the thing. You brought up staying up too late. It's the longest day because you have your work day and then you can be out all night if you want. Because in general, you don't have anything the next day.
Yeah. That is very true. So Friday's tough to beat, but let's look at some of the downsides of Friday.
Go ahead.
Friday is the day that most accidents happen on the roads.
Because of drunk drivers?
Actually, because of people trying to get the hell out of work. 17% of all car accidents happen during rush hour on Friday afternoon.
Because everybody's rushing out like a chase scene in Benny Hill.
Exactly.
They're just
Yeah. Yes, or it's the exterior shot of a school on the last day of the school year. Like you hear the bell ring and then you just see students rush at the camera.
And jump over it.
Yeah, I watched a lot of John Hughes.
And the teacher just going,
the like super cool kids are the ones that like skateboard or leap or do something over the camera, which is down low.
Yeah.
We just made the coolest 80s movie montage beginning.
You need the teacher that goes, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Hey, get off my car. Or the teacher who's walking to his car and gets like frazzled and turned around by all these kids rushing past him. You're like, just stay in the teacher's lounge for an extra 20 minutes.
I finally organized all my papers from the year. Whoa! But that is the feeling of a Friday. Every single Friday is that like, oh, I'm excited. For me, that's date night. Friday night's date night.
Yeah.
So
Friday night was date night for Juliana and I last night.
Yeah. We go do something fun. It's Friday night. Go to dinner, go see a movie, hang out, explore the city. So
Friday's tough to beat.
It is.
Here's another little downside of Friday.
Okay.
Which is barely a downside. It is the day when more people are late for work by sleeping in.
Really?
Yeah, because, looking at an average, across 326,000 alarm clock users, the average time of waking up on a Monday is 6:59. The average time of waking up on Friday is 8:12.
Wow. I was not expecting that large of a spread.
That is an hour and 13 minutes difference.
I saw an article recently that said something sort of in that vein, which sort of speaks to a shorter workday, which is that companies see more productivity from workers on a Friday when they let them out early. So, especially during the summer when the days are longer to go, you know what, get everything done and we're gonna start packing up at like 2 or 3. Then you see an increase in productivity
and you feel that sort of benevolence of like, oh, thanks, boss. I'm going to work extra hard for a little while.
Yes. So
and if you don't work extra hard and you are a poor employee, Friday is the best day of the week to fire someone.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Which may make it a negative that Friday is the day most likely that you will be fired. If you are on the way out.
Well, I wonder how many of those people being late was the last straw.
Yeah, exactly. But what did you wake up at 8:12? All right. Should we move on to this Friday? I think right now is in the number 1 slot.
I would agree with that.
All right. Friday is top slot. There are 2 days that are both good contenders to beat Friday because they are the weekend.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop. That's Juggalo speak, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Whoop, whoop. Yes.
I don't know anything about the Juggalos except they are the only clowns that really, really terrify me for good reason.
Well, now you know 2 things.
The more you know. Juggalos. So let's talk Saturday.
Okay.
And this could go back to another one of our old episodes. You like college football or pro football better? Saturday in the fall is all about college football, where I come from in Tennessee.
Sure.
Saturday is also the day I feel like a Saturday in the Park is it's a Chicago song. Was that Chicago?
It was.
Saturday in the Park, that's the day to go to the park. Unless you like Broadway, then it's Sunday in the Park with George. But
True.
Who likes Broadway?
Yep. There's Saturday Night Fever, which was also Broadway and a film.
Yeah. SATURDAY.
Yes. Bay City Rollers. And Saturday nights, it's the only night that's all right for fighting.
That's right. Every other night of the week. No, you put that length of chain down.
Saturday is just, no wrench fights are allowed. Even
wrench
the
fight.
Wrench fight. Oh, what a light. There's an episode to episode callback.
Look at that.
But Saturdays have cartoons. Saturdays have birthday parties in general. Saturdays, are especially like, bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs. When you are 12 or 13 and Jewish, your Saturdays are going to be packed for a year because everybody is going to be having bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs up in this piece. So get ready to lift some chairs and dance the hora over and over again. You'll get real good at it if you don't know the steps at first.
Yeah, I'm a Gentile that grew up in the South, and I still went to a million bar and bat mitzvahs.
Yep.
Like it's just 'tis the season. Saturday, you mentioned Saturdays filling up. Saturdays to me, I feel like as a kid, Saturdays, hands down, number one, easy, best day, Saturday.
Sure.
That's when all the birthday parties were. You didn't have school. Done. That was it. You didn't have school. And I don't want to offend anyone, but also you didn't have church. You didn't have to go, there was not a point on a Saturday when you were sitting down and a grown-up was telling you things that you were supposed to listen to.
No obligations, less responsibilities in a larger sense.
Right. Yes. As an adult, I feel like Saturday turns into errand day.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because so many businesses are closed on Sunday. Saturday is the day for getting stuff done that is not work related. So where as a kid, Saturday is the most fun day. I actually sometimes feel stressed when I have a day again, I don't work 9 to 5 always, but, but I equate Saturday to I would usually work 4 or 5 days in a row, then take a couple days off. I'm equating Saturday to that first day off out of 2 in a row. And that was the day that was all right, so I got to go to Home Depot and get this. I got to fix this thing. I got to do this. I got to write that one email. I got to blah, 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 blah. And that's the day of tasks. Do you find that to be true?
Absolutely. I think, I'm in this unique position where you and I are doing the same thing. And I'm also working full time in an office. And I love the place that I work. I actually love what I do during the week, which is, I think, rare and great, and I work with great people, and I do something that I think is actually good for the people that use it. It is a reward website called Swagbucks, by the way. No buzz marketing. But I'm also trying to launch a voiceover career, and I'm also hosting a podcast and recording with you, and I'm editing episodes. So my weekend is full of tasks, and that's in addition to things that Jennifer and I have together, obligations we set up, shopping, cleaning, doing stuff around the house, cooking together if we're cooking for the week. That'll sometimes happen on a Saturday or a Sunday. But I think as you get older, the things that make a great weekend are different. The best thing that I did last weekend was go food shopping. And it was
hey, we recorded an episode last weekend.
I know. And all of the produce was fresh. I was able to get great jalapeno peppers. I tweeted about this and
I get it.
But yeah, the getting stuff done on the weekends, it just, as an adult, you have more to do. And that becomes more important than you know what? I'm just going to go to a park and see how far I can throw a frisbee. Cause that's something you will do as a child because you have the time. You just can't imagine what to do with the free time you have because your responsibilities are basically our school and whatever sports you do.
Mm-hmm.
So you can pursue hobbies.
Come on, Hal.
Whatever.
Hal.
What?
We were theater kids.
I played soccer when I was 6 and 7. Back-to-back league championships, Thank you very much.
Look, for me, it was, my responsibilities during the week were school and whatever sports I did, which were The King and I, Fiddler on the Roof.
That Elvis performance you did in the mall that time.
Sure. Yeah. As when Kids Unlimited performed in the mall and it was on a televised telethon.
Will you please tweet that link out for everybody?
Did I post it?
You have.
I think I threw it up on YouTube.
Do it again. Put it up again.
Right.
I know it's on YouTube.
No, I mean, did I post the video?
Oh, yes, I've seen it before. I just want to see it again. And let me Google that for you. You can just send me that link. I don't care.
Great.
I want to see it.
The problem is I'm worried that it may get taken down because we were singing, pop hits of the last, few decades, and our 10 and 11-year-old voices sound so much like the original recordings of those songs that they probably, some bot has like taken it down for copyright infringement, which is like,
You know what? I've heard it. I bet you're okay. I think you'll be all right. So Sundays are.
All right. Can I say one other thing? About Saturdays?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I love them. They're wonderful. They're a great day I would just go to a park and throw a Frisbee to see how far I could throw it.
Yes.
Because I live right by Prospect Park in Brooklyn, which is a great park. And I highly recommend parks on weekends because they're fun and there's people and dogs everywhere. And,
right.
And, Renee would go crazy from our sister podcast, Can I Pet Your Dog, in Prospect Park on a Saturday.
Yeah, she's going to have to make a trip to New York just to start coveting all of those dogs.
Exactly. It'll take her a year.
Saturday is also the Gentile wedding day. I want to point that out. Jews don't get married on Saturdays, but Gentiles, by and large, do because Sunday is their holy day. Saturday is our holy day.
Gotcha. So, and you guys, it's out, the services are in the evening for people of the Jewish faith that go to synagogue, right?
Sundown, yes.
Sundown on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so much better. We always had to go in the morning on a Sunday and you're like, come on. Though they would do Saturday evening service and we would go to the Saturday at like 6:00. It's done at 6:45 because we went to a Catholic church where they were like, you guys all have stuff to do. And, yeah. And it was like, it's like, man, the Jews got this right. Going for an hour between 6 and 7, which is the best time to go because one more thing, 6:30 p.m. on a Saturday, don't be at home in the kitchen because that is the most likely time for an accident.
What?
Yeah. Kitchen accidents happen most often around 6:30 p.m. The time around 6:30 p.m. it gets, this is in Britain, it slip-ups, pan fires, knife things, all of this stuff happens, around 1 per second in Britain, every Saturday night around, 6:30.
Oh, for sure. This is the work of a mass murderer or serial killer. Oh, the 6:30 bandit has struck again. He's killing people all over Kent at 6:30 p.m. on Saturdays. One day he's in their kitchen, right?
Yeah, I'm sure that was it. That's what's doing it. Right, you're not just going around killing everyone.
Oh, me? No, never.
No, there's all these accidents seem to be happening around the same time.
Oh yeah.
I hope I hope we haven't alienated any viewers who are like, those are terrible accents.
Oh, are you kidding me?
I'm from Britain. That doesn't sound correct.
Okay, let's talk Sundays. Now that we're out of the
NFL football.
Zone. NFL football.
NFL football.
Yes. Jewish weddings.
But Jewish weddings. NFL football is only 17 Sundays out of 52 though.
Okay.
Sundays, if you go into a hospital on a Sunday, remember how he said having surgery on, surgery on a Monday?
Right.
Is the best day? Sunday is the worst. You're 80% more likely to die from a surgery on a Sunday than a Monday.
That's because you're probably going in for an emergency surgery. You don't go to schedule a surgery with a doctor. They're like, maybe I can squeeze you in on Sunday. Because in general, they have weekends too. I think that's where that stat is coming from. I'm going to call bullcrap on that one, just out of hand. We're not going to put that in.
I'm just saying, like,
Hey.
I'm just saying that, like doctors commit murders on Sundays is what I'm saying.
Well, you know what it is? It's a lot of the people who have accidents at home, 6:30 p.m. They have to wait to go to surgery until Sunday.
Sunday, again, it's the same type of thing as Saturday, that with sports, lots of fun sports out, not just to watch on television, if you do that sort of thing, but if you go out and play them. Many of the leagues happen on Sundays and weekends. Oh my gosh! I forgot a great thing about Thursday. Now I'm thinking about sports leagues.
Quick.
Broadway Show League, Thursday afternoons. If you live in New York City, it's one of the more fun things. The only way you can get seats to Hamilton is to go sit in the bleachers at their softball games, because you're never going to get tickets to hear them rap. Anyway, back to Sunday. Sunday is there. A lot of the same things as Saturday, with the addition of Sunday farmers markets, which are one of my favorite things in the world.
Yes. Farmers markets are great. Sunday is really like the brunch day too. Like you think of Sunday brunch, even though brunch has been co-opted to happen pretty much every single day of the week, and at the very least has extended through the entire weekend. But Sunday brunch is traditionally, I would guess, for a non-Jewish family or for a family of Christian or Catholic persuasion, is you go to church, then you go out for a nice brunch afterwards, or you get lunch.
Yeah, and I always feel like, it's funny, I feel like brunch is reserved as a family thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's when you have your closest circle around you. Sunday feels like the time to have your closest around you. Sure. Saturday feels like the time for buddies. So if we're going to, because Sunday night you don't go out, and Saturday night is a night for going out with your friends, partying it up, go to see a show, go to dance, go to eat, go to drink, do whatever. Right. And Sunday is more of a sit at home and watch either AMC or HBO.
Right.
So it feels Sunday feels more familial. So I guess what I'm asking is, in our trying to figure out, who's going to go up against Friday as the best day, it really comes down to, do you love your friends or your family more?
Well, that is one way to look at it. I do want to say that, I mean, I was married on a Sunday, so I have a particular fondness for Sundays a day. I will say, as it pertains to the work week, that it feels like a shortened weekend psychologically, a shortened day of the weekend, because you get to a point where on Saturday, you can stay up as late as you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Sunday, you're gearing up.
Yeah, you've got to go back to sleep.
So Hal loves his friends better than his wife and his family.
No.
Sorry, Bill.
No. How could
so we're
you?
It looks like it's gonna be Friday, and also there are farmers markets on Saturday, so I'm willing to cede that.
Well, I'll tell you
want to
what,
say it looks like it's going to be Friday or Saturday.
We can make it a three-way dance, because Super Bowl Sunday and also all wrestling pay-per-views take place on Sundays. So Sundays are pretty great. Here's
for my TV viewing, award shows happen on Sundays.
Oh yeah, that's right. As of this recording, and it'll come out much later, the Tonys are tomorrow night.
And we have already established the themed dishes that we're doing for each play and musical.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
What's your favorite of them?
Well, of the dishes that we're going to do?
Yeah.
Well, Shuffle Along is up for a Tony.
Mm-hmm.
And all you have to do is change the H to an O, and you've got Souffle Along.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry I asked.
Also for Hamilton, we're doing shots.
Perfect.
All right. So I think Saturday, and again, I'm not actually making this about friends versus family, of course, but I feel like Saturday might win, because you get the night too to go out and do things, and you get a whole day off.
That's true. Now, before we put it up against Friday, I agree with you. I want to say the big black mark on Fridays, which is the song Friday by Rebecca Black. If you've not seen this song, go on YouTube and check it out. It's got tons of views. It is one of the worst songs. And you know what? This poor teenage girl took a ton of abuse for doing something that was not her fault at all. She used YouTube the way you're supposed to. She made something she liked and she put it out there. It became popular. It is not a good song, I don't think, by any stretch of the imagination.
No, the problem is it's not good, but it's catchy.
There is a catchiness to it, but it's one of those that makes my eye twitch when I hear it.
Oh, it's pretty terrible.
It sits as just don't like the song. Person is fine. Don't even know her. So there's nothing against her. She has a right to do it. I want to point that out.
And we have all put terrible crap on YouTube. Hers, unfortunately, just got real big.
True. So let's do this. Mm-hmm. I think we can 1, 2, 3 this, and we might have an answer.
Okay.
All right. So let's do that. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Friday.
Saturday.
Son of a.
Oh.
Tell me why.
Because I like having the whole day off. I mean, it comes down to being that simple. That said, I could be convinced really, really easily because it wasn't until like 2.5 that I realized I was going to say Saturday.
Okay.
Convince me, Hal.
Here's what I would say. The excitement that you have on a Friday is an excitement that doesn't happen any other time during the week. Saturdays are Saturdays, and that means that the lack of it being regimented at all can mean that you've got something great to do or that you've got absolutely nothing to do. It is very easy to get bored on a Saturday. Very rarely are you ever bored on a Friday because you've had whatever normal week events happen during the day, all building up to the freedom of the weekend. And whether that freedom turns out to be great or terrible, that's all ahead of you. So now you only have in that moment the excitement of knowing that the weekend has arrived and that you're jumping into it head first. That to me is what puts Friday over the top of Saturday, even though I love Saturdays.
People of the world. No, you know what? Yeah, I told you it wouldn't take much. An unregimented day it's too much of an X factor. I can see that. I like having a full day off, but I also like when I'm working. I enjoy my work and I have fun doing it. I don't have a 9 to 5, so I don't know that anticipation, in the modern or in the, age 37 sense. Mm-hmm. But I do know it in the ages 6 through 18 sense. And yeah, thinking about it now, there's nothing quite like 3:29 on a Friday. Hal, will you do the honors?
People of the world. Start.
No, you did it wrong. Do it again.
Oh.
Do it like I did it a minute ago.
People of the world.
No.
Oh.
You know what? Saturday is the day that you can't do an outro. No, I'm kidding. I love you. You're doing great.
People of the world, start your engines because it's time to rev up and bust out the block towards the weekend. You've had a long week. You deserve this. Monday came and went. Tuesday, you don't even remember. Is that even a day still? Wednesday, you got over the hump and I'm proud of you. Thursday, you weren't even sure what day it was anymore. But it's Friday now. Friday's the day you get in, you get it done, you get out, and you get to partying. Because the weekend is 2.5 days long. And half of that belongs to Friday, the only day that successfully straddles the week and weekend and has all the feelings and happiness you want. Take it from me. Take it from Danny Tanner and his family. Take it from Steve Urkel. Take it from the family from Step by Step. And I only remember Cody, their cousin. Take it from all those great TGIF shows. Perfect Strangers. Do the Mythos dance of joy when Friday arrives because it is, bar none, the best day of the week. Asked and answered. Thank you, Jim Webb, for your topic.
Thank you, Jim Webb. I hope we said that right.
Joey Webb. I got it wrong.
Jim Webb was the senator.
Yes.
Yeah. Who in the primary was like, how come nobody's asking me questions?
Exactly. Joey, you asked us a question and we answered it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, you did.
Still found a way to mess up a name.
That's okay. I thought of a Friday thing that we did not use that is one of the cooler ones that I love.
Go ahead.
Another reason that Friday is great. I don't care if Monday's blue. Tuesday's gray and Wednesday too. Thursday, I don't care about you. It's Friday, I'm in love. Thank you, The Cure.
Yeah.
There are lots more topics to discuss. You can reach out to us on Twitter at We Got This Tweets, or check out the Maximum Fun subreddit. There's probably a flame war happening right now.
And before those police sirens get closer and Mark is taken away, why don't you come to our Facebook page, facebook.com/We Got This Podcast, or you can email us topics at wegotThisPodcast@gmail.com.
Thanks as always to our musicians, Mike Furman and Jonathan Dinerstein, for our award-winning song and score, respectively.
Thanks to producer Ken Plume, researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Uri Kelman, and QA engineer Jen Alva.
And thank you, of course, as always, to you. Guys, you know what my favorite day is? A day that we get to discuss the world with you. Thank you. We love you. We wouldn't do this without you. We would have no reason to talk to one another.
And hey, don't forget, if you want to share the show with other people, we've made it easy. Go to bit.ly/sharewgt.
That is smart. Did you just do that?
I just did it.
That is, gosh, man, technology, you guys. Thank you. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
And for Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody.
We got this.
We got this.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Listener supported.